guys, I know this laptop's a little bit crooked because it's on my lap right now, but we'll keep it moving. So I did mention about when I was talking about the apple cider vinegar, I did mention about hair clarifying, and oftentimes we actually do end up buying. Hold on. Okay, so we often do end up buying a lot from the stores like the clarifying shampoo, and oftentimes they can end up being really expensive, so there are cheaper alternatives, including one of them I did mention was the apple cider vinegar itself. I'm gonna go through different websites. I'm sorry, websites. But obviously I'm going to tell you my own opinions on all of them. So let's keep it moving. So baking soda and white vinegar. Honestly, I never heard anybody doing white vinegar. Oftentimes I hear more of baking soda and apple cider vinegar together. Oftentimes what happens is that in order to balance out the acidity or the alkaline of the product and everything, that's why you have to use the apple cider vinegar after you do the baking soda, because baking soda is not really good for that hair, especially in the long run. So if you even do use baking soda on your hair, you should try to do it like once every 2 weeks, once a month. I recommend doing like really using baking soda if you want to use baking soda. But other than that, apple cider vinegar on its own is fine. And it's pretty common. But like I mentioned, apple cider vinegar and I believe baking soda mixture as well will not clarify if you have oil on your hair. So you will have to do it a different way. Especially oftentimes since a lot of people use baking soda and apple cider vinegar, or just apple cider vinegar on its own as a pre-poo. I believe that's what it's called. So they don't use shampoo or conditioner at all. That's what they just use. So if you have to put oil on your hair, you will have to use a different technique, and I will obviously go over that with you in a different video, if anything. So for baking soda and the white vinegar, so 1 tablespoon baking soda, 2 tablespoons of fine vinegar mixed together. I'm surprised. I don't know if I was supposed to dilute that or but obviously put that in the hair so it works out with it goes through the buildup and clean it out. So baking soda on its own. So baking soda along with water to remove residue without making the hair feel stripped. Just add 1 tablespoon of baking soda to 1.5 cups of warm water and spray bottle and saturate the hair and the scalp. So obviously it's from roots to tips. And massage for a few minutes and then rinse thoroughly. Fair warning, there are some hair care professionals who do not support using baking soda in hair, especially long term, and I already mentioned that earlier. So this is why I'm saying apple cider vinegar or baking soda is much better for long term purposes. Apple cider vinegar, 2 to 3 ounces of the apple cider vinegar, 4 to 5 ounces of water. I normally don't use a spray. I just pour it over, and I gave you the example of that bottle the other day because every person has that one right there, not the one over there. So obviously, what I mentioned in my previous post about the apple cider vinegar, I did mention that you have to do a trial and error to see how it works. So for that bottle, I try, if I'm doing it, it's like 3/4 of the water filled with water and 1/4 of the apple cider vinegar, shake it and then pour it over. That's what I normally do with any bottle actually. Obviously the bigger bottles like that one, oh well, obviously that looks smaller, but it's the alright, you know what, it's not a good example because you guys can't see it, but if let's say if you're doing like a gallon bottle, then obviously you can't fill it up with the whole gallon and pour over, especially with people who are thinner and shorter hair. So yeah, but obviously you will play around. Bentonite clay, when I was doing a video on that, that's when I actually heard about it, so I do want to try it out. In that case, it possesses a negative charge, which makes it ideal clay for cleansing and detoxifying. I have used it on my skin and it actually does work, but I haven't used it specifically on my scalp. Before people say anything, remember your scalp is it's still your skin, technically speaking. And the clay has the ability to remove positively charged conditions and products that can build up on your hair and scalp. It cleanses, lifts impurities from the hair, and it's very easy to find online in your favorite health store, food store. When mixing, just remember not to use anything metal due to the negative charges. In this video, okay, forget about the video. Alright, so this is the box, right? This is right here. You can find it anywhere, honestly, even online. But I have used apple cider vinegar. However, I have yet to use the clay. And for soul clay, this is the first time I'm hearing this. But good to know. Mineral rich natural clay that has been used for centuries to enhance texture and volume, soften the hair, and eliminate dandruff. I think I might want to use this. Since I do have dandruff, and you're kind of doing two things at one time. You clarifying your hair, detoxifying, actually to make it three detox. Well, a lot more. Enhance texture and volume, soften hair, eliminate dandruff, clarifies hair, detoxifies scalp. So you're doing like 5 different things. So I definitely want to try that out as well. So it definitely is like a plus. Alright, so clarifying shampoo. Honestly, like I mentioned, if you're able to do it at home with natural stuff, then you might as well do it with that. Micellar water, supposedly is a French thing. So hold on, let me see if, alright, so if you guys are unaware, this is the makeup remover, and that's a makeup cleansing water, and I pretty much love it. Again, I am not sponsored. It is by Garnier. I got it from Ulta. I believe you can get it from Stop and Shop as well. And this is all-in-one, removes makeup, even waterproof mascara, cleanses, refreshes, no rinse, no harsh rubbing, face, lip size. So I just want to bring it up that we technically are using it, and we have products that are, I think it's relatively cheap. I forgot the price though, guys. But I clearly need a new one, and I will do a review on this on a separate note. I actually did not know there was something that you can do for hair rinsing, so cleanses, hydrates, removes dirt and oil through the use of molecular technology. But clearly that does not mean that you can put oil on your hair and then do it. Again, it's water. That's more of the oils that come out of your scalp. I already went over apple cider vinegar and baking soda. I was expecting it to provide more information that is information. So here you go. So what is clarifying? I know I should have done this in the beginning, but it is what it is. Like our skin, you know how we exfoliate our skin, so our scalp and hair needs to do the same thing and needs to be deep cleansed with all the products. I believe some of the water that some people take shower with is hard water, so that causes buildup as well. So, and then the dirt and dust from outside. So we kind of goes into the hair, so we need to clean it out. So hair clarifying is basically getting rid of the buildups that are on our hair. And also shampoos, like shampoos do cause buildup as well. And if all that stuff on your hair does often lead to weight down and so it does weigh down. It's hard to style hair. If there's so much product and buildup and everything on your hair. Obviously the second day, third day, sometimes it does help out with the curls and some kinds of hairstyles, but not all the time, especially when there's a lot. Yeah, so who needs it? Practically everybody at this point, even guys. People with color history, especially blonde, and those with bright and natural colors need to be careful with the products they choose to use. I 100% agree, because apple cider vinegar, if I'm not wrong, does tend to strip it out, if I'm not wrong. I had tried before once, but I didn't really see it. But over time, you will start noticing it. I normally use it when I'm closer to need to re-dye my hair. I don't normally I don't dye it, I do the full head highlights. And I normally try to do it right before I get it done, and I normally color my hair every 4 to 6 months, professionally done. Okay, so DIY process with natural ingredients are probably best for heavy color treated hair to keep your bright hairs from fading. If you're styling hair using mousse hairspray gel, those products contain silicones that the surfactants cleaning agents in your regular shampoo are not going to remove alone. All serums and masks are necessary for the health and vibrancy of your hair, but if you never strip them away and start fresh, you'll end up laying those products over the residue rather than these conditioning agents being allowed to penetrate the strands. So, doing it at home, the first one is sea salt scrub. You need a quarter cup of liquid castle soap like Dr. Bronner's. I heard of it, but I never used it. Tablespoon aloe vera gel, 4 tablespoons of coarse sea salt. Combine it together, work into wet hair, special attention to your scalp, obviously. Sit in for 1 minute. Whatever clarifying DIYs that you do, you normally have to keep it in for a while before you rinse it out, at least a minute or two. Apple cider vinegar, they say as far as 5 minutes, but I think that would be too much of a stretch. But if you've never done it before and you have so much buildup in your hair, then you might as well, just in case. The classic clarify, quarter cup of liquid castle soap or baby shampoo, stir enough baking soda to create a paste. Again, if you're using this, I don't recommend doing every a lot, especially since it has baking soda in this. 5 to 6 drops of tea tree oil. Again, mix it, and then work into a hair. Pay special attention to your scalp. Sit it in for 1 minute and then rinse it out. Apply conditioner to your ends. Bentonite, clay, and ABC rinse. We spoke about this earlier, but on 2 different types and not together. So this one's saying to do it together. And I show you the clay box already into water to create a slightly less viscous paste. Normally you can even mix ABC into the clay without the water, but in this case it's saying that you should put water in. Then rub it into the scalp and the strands and let it sit for up to 3 minutes. Rinse and clean. Oh, they're saying to use it separately but in the same shower time. Okay. Dilute 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar into water or pour over your scalp. Finish with your conditioner and only at your ends. So after this, it's really just the actual shampoo. Again, I'm not sponsoring any of these. After Ross Clarifying Charcoal Shampoo, you have Sachi Infused Rescue Plus Repair Clarifying Shampoo, which is by She Moisture. The first one is by Dry Bar. And then you have Tresemme Purified Plus Replenish Deep Cleansing Shampoo. I'm surprised that's $4. Well, I don't know the price for Tresemme because I don't really use it. But yeah. And then let's see what this one says. So AVC, 1/3 baking cup, add a few drops oil, essential oil like citrus or peppermint. Rosemary is also a nice choice. It may help boost hair growth and shine. Tea tree oil is a powerful detoxer with antibacterial benefits. Ooh. Come on. Okay, so put apple cider vinegar in a medium-sized bowl. Slowly add apple cider vinegar and mix it with fizz to go easy. So obviously put a little bit at a time. Add enough vinegar until you form a paste. That's something, put a little bit at a time. Add a few drops of essential oil to the mixture. The essential oil minimizes the smell of apple cider vinegar. Honestly, when you wash it off, it will go away. I have tried before, and I normally don't smell the apple cider vinegar after I take a shower. So like I said, after you try it for the first time, you can't just increase the quantities to the length and thickness of your hair. It is a trial and error, basically. A lot of times people often give up after the first try because they're like, oh, it doesn't work for my hair. So rub the cleanser into your scalp, light massage, stimulate the scalp and hair follicles to contribute to the hair growth, because when you're massaging, the blood flows closer to the brain, and hence which helps out with the hair growth and the hair follicles. After that, leave it into your scalp for roughly 3 to 5 minutes. wash the cleanser out of your hair. You can either do shampoo before or shampoo right after. I would normally do my shampoo before the ACV and then condition after. Alright. Let's see. I'm just trying. I was expecting to do it beside. I see a lot of products that is besides apple cider vinegar and baking soda, but I will have to do it on a separate occasion, especially for the ear. For putting on oil. I don't know if a soakay would be pretty beneficial on that, but yeah. Let's see. My laptop finished, but I think there wasn't very much left, even though I have 2 more videos, but I'm gonna keep it at that. Stay tuned for more, guys. If you have any recommendations, comment down below your experience. Definitely play around with the numbers. Like I said, it's try and error. Anything that you want me to go over, I'll do it. And make sure you subscribe, hit the bell button, and I'll be back for more. Stay safe, guys.